36-year-old Trevor Soulsby has been arrested and charged with attempted murder and 2 counts of possession of a weapon after striking his mother and stepfather on the head with a meat cleaver. The incident occurred just before 7 p.m. on the 18th of December at a home located on Walker Run Drive in Chesney, South Carolina. At around 7:05 p.m, officers responded to the scene on reports of the attack. Both victims suffered non-life-threatening injuries and were transported to a local hospital for treatment. Travis is being held at the Spartanburg County Detention Center, and the motive of the attack is unclear. On the 15th of December 2021, 39-year-old James Russell was charged with cannibalism in addition to murder in the death of 70-year-old David Flaggett after authorities found human tissue throughout his home. On the 10th of September, officers responded to a call of a suspicious death in the 100 block of Lower Mosquito Creek Road in Clark Fork, Idaho. When they arrived, they found David's unresponsive body upside down in the passenger seat of a truck with his wrists taped together. Deputies then spotted James, who lived on the property with David. There was evidence on the scene that indicated he was responsible for David's death. There were bits of human flesh, cutting implements, bloody newspapers, and other items such as latex gloves and pieces of duct tape. James ran away and attempted to barricade himself in a loft above his garage where he lived. He had a brief standoff with officers and kept uttering that his land is his private property and said, "We don't like non-family on it." After several attempts to read James his Miranda rights, they placed him under arrest. Officers then searched the home and found pieces of David's flesh, some of which was cooked and scattered throughout his house. They also found a bloody microwave and glass bowl, as well as a bloody knife and duffel bag. Not all of David's remains were found. While interviewing James, he said he wanted to heal himself by cutting off portions of flesh in order to cure his brain. An autopsy completed on the 13th of September confirmed the portions of flesh to be David's. It was reported that his body exhibited evidence of post-mortem mayhem and that he died from massive trauma to his head. Family members told the authorities that the 2 men had previous run-ins with one another. Our trial, which was due in October, was suspended after referring James to the Idaho Security Medical Program to be given a competency evaluation to see if he's mentally fit to stand trial. The results, which have remained sealed since the 5th of October. He's scheduled to appear for a review hearing on the 28th of December and is held without bond. 39-year-old Brent Brown is in custody after being charged with felonies in connection to the kidnapping and rape of 19-year-old college student Madeline Allen, who went missing for 5 days but was later found. The drama unfolded at around 9:22 p.m. on the 13th of December, when Madeline left a dorm room at Snow College in Ephraim, Utah. After she failed to return back the following day, her roommates reported her missing. Brent and Madeline met online in a group chat app called Kik, where he arranged to pick her up that night. The relationship turned violent and non-consensual over the following days. Brent, who lewdly assaulted her several times a day, would tie her up while he was at work. At around 7:20 a.m. the following morning, he allowed her to text her family once to say "I love you," which alarmed the family, who also contacted the authorities. Brent took her phone away from her and discarded it when he discovered the authorities were looking for her. He took her wallet away and threatened to harm her family if she tried to leave. Detectives used cell tower information on Madeline's phone to help track her down. At last pinged in the small town of Lower, which is home to around 500 residents and roughly 87 miles south of where she lives. On the 18th of December, police searched the area and spotted a person with light-coloured hair and a small build in the basement of a home at 78 Main Street, where Brent lived. Deputies knocked on the door, and Brent answered it and told them that he was home alone. Officers then obtained a search warrant, but they went through the home and found Madeline's college card and her clothes. They then went down to the basement and found Madeline unclothed in a coal storage room, covered in coal, and her hair was cut off. Brent was also in possession of 3 knives and was taken into custody. Brent told investigators they met Madeline on a bondage chat group and that he described her kidnapping and abuse as a form of role-playing. Madeline was taken to a nearby hospital for evaluation and was reunited with her family. Brent has been charged with aggravated kidnapping, rape, object rape, and obstruction of justice. He's been held without bond.